afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is LeBlanc.
If you will, come up to the mic.
Good morning, or good afternoon. I'm not a public speaker. I might speak nefariously.
Could you introduce yourself?
Larry LeBlanc.
Welcome, Larry.
I live in North Berwick. I'm still confused with the MLI committee. They proposed all kinds of money for this program to work. Our medical program is not broken whatsoever. I've been a patient of cannabis for 7 years. I fired the VA 7 years ago because they weren't taking care of me properly. My levels of constituents of I took 16 meds. I don't even remember them now because I'm not on any of them. 3 years ago, I had a knee replaced with no opiates. The second one. The VA did the first one, and it failed. I had a civilian do it, and I'm 3 years into it. I use cannabis strictly as a food in my diet. I'm a child of 59. My mother and father are children of 32 and 34. There's not many people here that were born on this panel during that period of time. DDT was sprayed in the state of Maine. Eagles ate it out of our fish. People ate our fish. And the children suffered with afflictions. Myself, I have Klinefelter syndrome. My sister has Sjogren's syndrome. Both attributed to DDT. So cannabinoids, for me, is my food. All right? Kent Ockley in the MLI committee reassured me that medical would not be touched. All right? I'm going to hold Mr. Ockley to that because he's on the Food Sovereignty Committee. And cannabis is a food today. For me. For Kaylee. For Brian. Glenn Lewis. There's got to be a disparity between recreation and medical. Period. When I was in the service, there was 3 2-point beer. We got that at 50 days at being at sea. 50 days of being at sea. We got a 3-2 beer. 1. So if the recreationals, the people that are smoking adult use or whatever you want to call it, therapy after a hard day of shoveling snow, or before I go to work shoveling snow, I preload my body with cannabinoids so I can work, and the 6 hours after I suffer. I have to treat my body with a holistic bath with Epsom salt, a cannabinoid oil, and I sit in that bath, and my body reabsorbs everything that I lost in shoveling snow. If you were to have a SOP system, I know that Mr. Chase, you probably have one as a pharmacist, wherever you are. There's an SOP system. That's what this committee needs. A standard operating procedure. Best operating procedures, okay? I'm not a caregiver. I gave up my card because of the things that are coming down the pipe. We as patients are going to lose this right to medicine. You see everything from every coast besides Maine, California, Oregon. Anybody that combines recreation with medical, we're going to fail, period. None of you want to see this fail. Senator Brakey, you support a lot of people in the community with medical cannabis, and this is an important part of this committee. If you let that go to the wayside for money, for not following through for the patients, you don't have anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I'll just say, I don't think, in any of the bills before us, none of the bills before us propose to merge the medical program with the adult use program. And I can't speak for anyone else on this committee other than myself, but I don't believe that's the intent or desire of this committee in any stretch of the imagination. Though what you did say, I don't know what Mr. Ackley said about the medical program will never be touched. Well, we're always touching the medical program. There's always improvements to be made in the medical program, and we're always going to be continuing to do what we can to continue improving the medical program. And I think that's what many of the bills before us are seeking to do. Now, many of us have different ideas on the best ways to improve that program, even within this committee itself.
Yes.
But I just want to clarify, because I know it's been brought up many times today. I don't think any of these bills before us are going to be, and I apologize because I know this is not a question, and so I'm breaking my own rule. But I just want to be clear today. I mean, we're not looking at any bills that would seek to merge the medical program with the adult use program. So I just want to state that clearly.
And again, I just wanted to state my spot as a patient. If I lose this right to the medicine, I tell you what, I'm gonna go friggin' postal.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go see Mr. Sessions, and I'm gonna ask him what's going on.
Yeah, well, I'm
With
sure
you. Sir.
if all of us have anything to say about it, Mr. Sessions will have no. He won't be touching our medical program, that's for sure. So, and Gold Star, you had 16 seconds. To spare.
No, I got too many of them in school.
Save some for those who didn't. All right. Yes, Representative Chase.
I did have a question for the gentleman. I apologize. That's all right. Thank you for your service. Thank you for coming to testify, which we all mean to everybody that's been here today. It is a sincere thank you to everybody. I missed the beginning of your testimony, so I apologize. You're in your VFW cap. Were you testifying on behalf of the VFW?
No, they don't support
Okay.
cannabis use.
I was just...
Their bylaws need to be, all the service organizations' bylaws need to be changed because they're written for veterans that don't understand cannabis, period. The VA just relaxed a little bit of the, we can talk about cannabis now. Well, I fired the VA 6 years ago. My mental health specialist could only listen to me talk about the benefits of cannabis to me. She couldn't write it down, but they did monitor me because my urinalysis always was positive for cannabinoids. It was positive for all the medication that they prescribed me. They made an effort to always hold that carrot over my head that we're going to take away your opiates if you continue to smoke cannabis. You know what? The opiates went in the counter and the cannabis came out more. I can't say anything except my wife likes me as a human being today because I smoke cannabis.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your service. Were you number 7 or number?
Number 8 is 3.
You were number 8. All right, great. We're further along than I hope. Number 9.